Tonight's podcast is brought to you by Audible.com, the Internet's leading provider of audiobooks with more than 75,000 downloadable titles across all types of literature, fiction, nonfiction, periodicals. Tonight, I'm going to offer you a free audiobook of your choice. Go to audiblepodcast.com/Greg. Later, we're going to get into some stunning examples of how Audible can change your life. And now, on to the podcast. Welcome to Fitzdog Radio tonight. Very excited to have a good friend and a comedian I enjoy very much joining me, even though he's got a penthouse in his lap, among other things. Bill Burr, thank you for coming into Fitzdog Radio.
It's Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue. Let's try to keep it a little cleaner, huh?
That's the thing. What is the point for you? Because I know for me, I guess we go in, like most things in life, you test the waters, you get in deeper, and then finally you go, I'm too deep. I think I'm a little shallower right now. And now I see you getting a lot of joy out of the old school, the training bra of porn, the Sports Illustrated.
Oh, it's great. It's phenomenal. These women, they're clean. They look like just girls. You can just see all the cock they've had. And, yeah. You look at the Sports Illustrated ones. You're like, I can marry that girl.
Yes.
You look at those porno chicks. You're just like, two condoms at least.
You know what it really.
I look, I'm acting like I have an option with either one of them.
Well, you do, Bill Burr. You've become quite successful.
I do have a podcast.
You've got a podcast that's called Monday Morning.
Monday Morning Podcast,
which has been around for how long now?
Almost 4 years. We're one of the.
Shut up.
We are one of the originals.
No shit.
Since June of 2007.
Wow, yeah. I had no idea you'd been on that long. Yeah. That's amazing.
I never talk about it. It's like Fight Club.
Is it once a week, twice a week, or does it vary?
It's Monday morning.
That's it.
Monday morning. I figured a lot of people don't like their jobs.
Yeah.
I used to hate at my job and just give them something to laugh about when they drive to work, or maybe to listen to and snicker in their cubicles.
Well, from what I remember, you used to, when you first moved out here, weren't you, or not moved out here, but you used to do it just alone in your car, right?
Yeah, just drive around on the phone, and I would just be shitting on people as I was driving, just randomly. Now, I still do it by myself. I just babble for an hour.
Yeah.
And it's actually really helped my stand-up act.
Oh, sure.
Just as far as, just being confident the next funny thing is going to come. And if it doesn't come, you just trash how bad you're bombing, and then you just talk your way out of it. But if it's just like stand-up, the second you start thinking... You ever been on stage doing stand-up and you just, for some reason, the dumb thought of... Why are they laughing comes into your head. The second I think that, they immediately... It's not like they stop laughing, but the laughs go down. Well,
I think it's like acting. I mean, it's if you're not listening to your partner, and I believe it's the same with crowds. If I'm not listening to the crowd, as if we're having a conversation, as if I'm at a dinner party and I'm lighting it up, it's a bunch of people maybe I don't know that well, but I'm hitting story A, B, and C, my winners. I'm pulling them out.
Right.
And if I suddenly stop paying attention to the fact that it's a two-way communication, it just dives.
Right. The only time I listen to the crowd is when they're not laughing.
Yeah.
Then I'm just like, oh, fuck, what am I doing wrong?
Yeah, but you're listening to how hard they're laughing because, like most Boston comics, we clip the laugh. We don't wait for the laugh to completely expunge itself and become still. We learned from Gavin and Sweeney. Yes, you tell the joke, you let them laugh. About 3/4 of the way through, you fucking pile on top of that laugh with the next joke so that you don't give them a chance to fully get it out. And then, after 5 or 6, bam, 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 bams, then you go, now you can laugh, motherfuckers. And they go, wow.
Yeah.
That's Boston.
That was it. Yeah, but the New York style was cool, too. The ability to just stand there. And, it was a different kind of killing. That's why if you could ever, I think that's the best training ground, Boston to New York.
Yeah.
I think it was because I remember I was used to, because when I started, they were papering rooms, so I was used to doing stand-up in, fucking airport hangars of, 400
This
drunks.
Is in Boston.
Yeah, 300, 400 drunks, and I knew how to do those. And then when I came down to New York, and it was sort of, the 80s thing had kind of ended and shit, and I was the mid-90s sort of funky time there.
Yeah.
And I would go up in front of 8 people, at certain clubs, and I didn't know how to handle 8.
Yeah.
Even if I was doing well, There's an art to killing in front of 8 people.
I remember when you first came down, and I knew how much you were killing in Boston, and I remember watching the bubbly, not bubbly, I shouldn't have said that word, but the kind of believing that you're funny because you're material. That's Boston. Right. New York is about believing you're funny, and that you have to keep remembering that you're going to have new material, you're going to write new material. And in the same way that you have to write new material, the material doesn't mean anything. But you're writing it because you've now got this kind of machine you can depend on, that you can feed material in and get good material out if you're pounding it out night. But you're not living and dying by those jokes every night. You're living and dying by your ability to stand there and stare down 15 people.
No, it was also like when you were in Boston, it was all angry white guys, which I was. Yeah. So it's kind of like, you can do like an alternative room where it's just all the same fucking people, all those Buddy Holly glasses. You know what I'm saying? It's just like those alternative rooms. A lot of them. There's no difference between doing that or being on the fucking blue collar tour where it's going to be a bunch of it's just
everyone's predisposed to laugh at what they laugh at.
Yeah, I don't like going up in front of crowds where I feel like everybody grew up on the same block. I fucking can't stand the uptown shows. Yeah. The fucking alternative shows, or like we're doing whatever Irish guys from Boston show tonight. I don't like that. I like the randomness of walking into a comedy club, and like the comedy store's hilarious. You go down there and just they get the tourists who are just walking down on Sunset. They drag them in. They get people who actually like comedy, and then they just get some fucking weirdos who go in there, and
ex-porn stars, and then a lot of the performers, it's like dudes that I thought died in the 80s are getting up there and destroying, and you forget they're around.
I don't know. There's much of that. I think it's just
I haven't been there in a few years.
Yeah, no, it's not like that. They got fresh blood in there.
Yeah,
they got fresh blood.
But I was just in Florida. I was in Tampa Bay this past weekend. That podcast is up, by the way, if you haven't heard it. And it was really multicultural. I mean, Tampa is like fucking
I like that
black,
too.
Latino, Jewish. I mean, a lot of Asian people, and it was and the white people, and it was just like made me think of New York. Like I got to do like the Late Show Friday. I think they papered it a little bit because we had all these people coming in. They had no fucking idea who I was,
right?
And a lot of black people. And I saw.
Did you get those rednecks who hang the steel balls from the back of their truck? You ever seen those?
No.
Meaning, basically, my truck has balls. The only place I've ever seen that was in Florida.
Yeah, I've heard about that. I saw a guy on a bicycle who had them hanging off the back of his bicycle.
Yeah, it's like standing behind like a Great Dane. Except it's a pickup truck.
I like
it's the same thing.
I'm on board. So I'm up there, and I see the black crowd, and I'm so fucking excited. And the other two acts were a little bit like, oh, man, this isn't going to go well. And all I'm thinking is like, no, this means you can talk about anything you want. And so I did half the show. I was just talking about black people and how I experience black people and what my...
And the hate groups you're a member of.
Well, I mean, to me, it's not a hate group. It's the Ancient Order of Hibernians. We march. And but then after the show, they couldn't believe
it's more just a ceremony. It's not a belief.
It's not a belief. It's just my father did it. My grandfather did it. And so
it's traditional.
They're walking out buying my fucking CDs, and the feature guy's going, I've never seen this. Black people don't fucking buy CDs. I was like, I don't know, but I guess I did a black show, and they liked it.
Maybe you connected them. Maybe if they checked out your DNA, maybe it takes a little left turn out to,
Well, that's my
Zaire or something.
That's my new joke. Also,
you look a little Kenyan. You got one of those little marathon running.
I got
heads.
the body.
You do,
but my head's not. Yeah, I got a big head.
No, you don't.
Skinny
you got a little head.
Oh, you can't find a hat that fits me. Big head.
Is that right?
Yeah, very big head.
No, dude, I have a big head.
You don't?
No, I have a giant fucking head.
I have a really big head.
That's why I had to quit boozing, dude. I was getting that big Alec Baldwin, John Travolta head.
Yeah, that's horrible. God. Yeah. So my new joke...
It just keeps getting bigger. I don't get it. Like, it's not fucking... Is it more bone matter?
You become a caricature. You know those caricatures they draw when you're on the beach? That's what you become as you get older.
Yeah, they're not doing a character. They're showing you what you're going to look like when you're 50.
Yeah. And when you drink, the legs get thinner because you're just on a bar stool. They just get paler and skinnier, and the belly starts to go where you take your belt off, and it's shaped like an S for where it goes under your belly. and then your shoulders get skinny, and the head grows.
That's awful.
Oh man, that you want to aspire to not be that. And yet when I see that, sometimes I think, that guy, it's like a couch that's got a real comfortable cushion on it because the dude sat in that spot and he fucking had a beer on that spot his whole life, and that's his spot, And I feel like that belly can be your spot, and that big head and those twin little legs, you're like, yep, this is exactly how I lived. Here's a portrait of how I lived.
You just described every guy I used to see down the Cape that was over 50.
Yeah.
Their little shorts and their fucking boat shoes with no socks. Those little alky legs. Bar stool legs. You're just dangling like a 5-year-old waiting to get his shoes tied. Just hanging off a stool.
Yeah.
And they had that giant fish and chip lobster roll belly. It was full of like bass ale.
With the golf shirt, the collar's up, but now the bottom of the shirt is nowhere near the belt buckle. It's got a solid 6 inches of hang.
Yep.
Like a curtain at a theater.
Yep.
And no one wants to see the show. If you're enjoying the podcast, why don't you send some thanks to Audible.com? They are a proud sponsor of this show and the #1 provider of audiobooks on the internet. New York Times bestsellers. Whatever kind of category you want to look in, sometimes I'll look in, Nobel Prize winners. Maybe, not Nobel, what am I, an idiot? Pulitzer Prize winners. One audiobook to consider that I have downloaded just 2 weeks ago and I rapidly listen to because you literally can't. I usually put it on going to sleep, and I was staying up till 3 in the morning. John Perkins wrote a book called Confessions of an Economic Hitman, where they talk about how the American government goes into destabilize third world countries so that we can get our own agendas going in their military sites and things. And it's from a guy who used to do it. It's insane. Check that out. And if you want to do it for free. Because right now, if you go to audiblepodcast.com/Greg, you will get a free podcast of your choice, a free Audible book of your choice. That's audiblepodcast.com/Greg. It's easy to do. You will get hooked. It will make you seem more intelligent because, once again, you will be able to spit out information from books. Oh, God, it makes me feel good. Well, let's talk about our bodies. Here's what I look like naked. Yeah, I'll tell mine, and then you describe yourself naked.
Okay.
Pasty white, splatterings of freckles where the sun hit, shoulders, top of my knees. That's about it. Otherwise, just sheer white. Very little hair. Hair, asshole, pits. That's about it. And my breasts are not. I used to bench press a lot. I just loved that feeling of benching,
Right.
So I had
child of the 80s. Dude, what are you benching, Fitzy? Fitzy put up 225.
Fitzy's doing 225, and he get on that fucking Joe Wida step. He can't push up more than $125 with the calves.
Dude, 3 plates on each side. The fucking bar starts bending, kid.
Yeah, I had fucking 3 colored kids spotting me.
Nose breakers, dude. Build up your fucking tries.
If my fucking delts get any bigger, I swear to Christ, I'm going to have to start wearing fucking ballroom gowns. So, the chest is now sunk. It's sunken. And, I'm having back problems because the core isn't strong. And yet, I still look in the mirror, and I think I look good. Like if I suck it in, I still look at myself, I go, man, you got the body of a fucking 25-year-old in shape. Meanwhile,
you have a body of a 25-year-old in Nebraska.
That's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying, well, because those people in the Midwest, they don't give a fuck.
No.
Yeah. Like their idea of fine dining is like Fridays. If they see ClothNet, like Cheesecake Factories, the amount of people out there that think that that's a good restaurant is just fucking mind-blowing.
Oh, you do those college gigs where the student activities people are so excited after the show, they get a check, and they can take you out to a restaurant. And what is it? What's the restaurant every time?
That's Applebee's.
Fucking Applebee's every time.
But this is the thing. I don't begrudge college kids. When I was a college kid, Applebee's was the shit.
Sure.
Fridays was the shit. But I'm talking about you walk into a fucking Cheesecake Factory, and there's people old enough that should know by now that is not good food.
I gotta say, I'll go bigger. I don't eat from buffets any longer. Period.
The second somebody explained what that glass was for, in case somebody sneezes, so it doesn't go. Yeah, the sneeze guard. I'm out. I'm out. It's like the Catholic Church. The second I found out they were fucking kids, I tapped out. I'm out. It's a deal breaker.
I was thinking about how fucked up we had it as Christians, right? You go to church, we're basically we're fish in a bucket for these fucking priests. And God forbid you escape that. Where do you go to exercise? The YMCA, where the swim teacher's another fucking pedophile.
Oh, and scouting was a big thing.
Scouting? If you weren't at church or at the YMCA, you were out on an over weekend trip alone in some canvas.
And I had a paper route.
Dude, paper route? How are you getting fucked on a paper route?
You kidding me? First of all, you're dressing like a paper boy, which for us is for pedophiles, it's like the French maid. You just get yourself on a bicycle. You got your little boy ball cap. You're out there. Dude, we used to go out there during the winter.
I didn't know you fucking dressed the part as a paper boy. You had the little Scully cap on?
Well, I mean, I'm not literally like that. I had the bag. I had the paperboy bag, and I had a bicycle. I rode down the street when I was on the hill. Yeah. I'd get up, my ass is out of the seat. Just fucking asking for it, Greg.
You got me on the
asking
ass
for it. Yeah,
sure,
just asking for it, and nothing ever happened.
Did you reach back and take the papers and whip them?
No, everybody was a cunt on my fucking route. Everybody wanted, I want it in the door.
Yeah.
That's in the movies. We get to drive down the street and just fucking do your route in 5 seconds. No, they wanted me to go to the door, and I couldn't ride my bike across the grass. The whole thing was just fucking annoying.
What's the closest you ever got to being molested as a child?
I declined to answer the question on the grounds it might incriminate me.
Seriously. Was there ever a situation where you look back and you go, I didn't even realize at the time how close that was, but fuck, that was weird.
No, I grew up around angry people, but they weren't fucking perverts.
No. Because I had this memory about the YMCA in the shower room, and this kid, the teacher came in, and we were all naked. It was like those Holocaust showers, was just shower heads coming out, but you're in a giant room.
I don't know if I want to hear the rest of this. This is already creepy.
All right. So you got tour dates coming up?
No, go ahead, finish it. All the people hanging on your little pedophile stories. What happened? He came in, he started helping you wash your taint.
I don't even think I had a taint back then. I think
there's a spot a lot of you are missing. Just behind your little balls.
I think the taint grows. I think your balls grow away from your asshole, and the taint is born around 5.
Yeah, it's like when the continents separated.
Yeah.
And then the New World came.
And the older you get, the bigger your taint gets.
Yeah, exactly. I have the Pacific Ocean between my balls and ass right now.
So the teacher comes in, and we're all naked, and we're cleaning up after swim practice. Back in the days when boys did that, And he comes in, and he's teasing us, and then he picks this one kid up, and he's got his hands around the kid's ass, and we're like 5, 6 years old, and the kid's pressed against the guy's chest, like the guy's dick is basically against his belly and chest, and he's got his fingers around his ass, and he's teasing him that he's going to take him back out to the pool because the girls are all having practice, and we're dying of laughter because we're not thinking about sex.
Right.
All we're thinking about is, oh my God, he's naked and there's girls out there. But this
kid was naked when he was doing it?
We're all fully naked. Fully. The teacher's got his bathing suit on. So anyway, this happens, and then in some little storage space in my hard drive, it laid dormant until me and Tom Cotter, smoking a bong, a couple years into doing stand-up, and we're high, and we start talking about YMCAs. And I'm talking about this and that, and then I go, I remember this time, and it came out, and they say that, pot can open the doors of your mind. I mean, like right. the Blake poem about doors, they open, and and you can access things that you didn't know were there. And the image came back, but this time it wasn't funny. This time I went, oh, that was bad.
Yeah.
But I had not seen it as bad.
Yeah, because you were 5. You can't process it.
But then I saw it through different eyes, and I thought, where is that motherfucker now? But then I remembered he was kind of old, and this would have been 30 years earlier at that point, so I figured he's probably dead, and if he's not, he's, whatever.
Grab another little kid's fannies.
Yeah, what do you do in that case? Is it your obligation to go back? Because I was thinking, if I was molested as a kid, there's no way I'm not killing the dude.
There was definitely just different rules back then as far as boundaries. I mean, you could hit other kids.
Oh, yeah.
There was different things. So, and there was also a lot that just, I don't know. Everybody's just all creeped out now.
It's tough because
I did one of my specials. I opened with the bit now where I'm terrified of kids.
Oh yeah, I know
when they come up to you, I can't remember how the fucking joke went. It was basically. I remember one time when I was living in New York. Some woman who lived all the way on the top floor. She brought her kid up in the elevator, and she had groceries or something. I don't know. She was unloading the elevator, and the kid was in the elevator, and somehow the elevator doors closed with the kid in it, and it just comes down. And the door opens up, and there's just a kid in there screaming bloody murder.
Yeah.
And I'm standing there, and there was another dude there. Fortunately, there was another dude there. So we get on, and we're like, okay, it's okay. Where's your mom? I don't know. She's freaking the fuck out. And that's one of those things. If I was by myself, I don't know what I would have done. I would have told her to
get sex with him.
No, I would. No, I would have said, get off the elevator. We'll stand here in the lobby until she comes down. Your mom's coming down. Yeah. But there's no fucking. There's no way I would have got on the elevator with a kid.
Yeah.
Screaming bloody fucking murder.
Yeah.
Having doors open on the wrong floor and be like, well, see what happened here was, and I got to try to explain it. And the kid's like, I don't know this guy. You know?
This segues beautifully into a segment we do on every show. We're going to do it with Bill Burr now. It's become a classic. If you haven't seen it, it's on the website now with such greats as Norm Macdonald, Adam Carolla. We had... who else? Zach Galifianakis did it, and they're all up on Fitzdog.com. It's called Talk Your Way Out of It. Bill Burr, I'm going to throw a situation at you right now. Now, with nothing but the moment from when I finish until you start to prepare, you will improvise a plausible...
I get it. I'm lying.
You're going to lie your way out of it. Here we go.
I'm trying to make you believe it.
Here we go. Now, I know you hang around with a lot of pranksters, gentlemen like Bobby Kelly from New York. So let's say you and Bobby Kelly, you're doing a gig in Pittsburgh. Now, the show goes great, you stay up late, have a lot of laughs. Next morning, you got an early flight coming back to New York. Bobby, unbeknownst to you, slides a vibrator into your backpack. Uh-huh. So now, it's airport security. A couple people recognize you. Hey, Bill Burr, you fucking funny, kid. Keep it up. Now people are paying attention. Hey, look, I guess this guy's famous. You go in.
This really is a fantasy.
You throw your
recognized. Okay.
You throw your knapsack into the screener. Beep beep, sir. Can you step over here? They open it up. You're as surprised as anybody. A giant pink vibrator with a spinning crown is pulled out. Bill Burr, talk your way out of it.
I'm a stand-up comedian. I do this bit. It's a closing bit that I do, where I get one of the guys. Like I talk to couples, and I just get the guy to hold it. And you know that shaker weight that they have. That kind of, I don't want to say it kind of looks like a penis, right? So it's kind of along those lines. I don't want to offend the kids here. I can't really do the whole bit, but it's part of my act. I usually check it. I apologize.
Well, if you do the bit, I will let you out of this.
Okay. You ever notice when you walk in, see, no security would ever fucking say that. That was a killer fucking lie. That was a killer fucking lie.
You got out of it.
I got out of that. I totally
nice.
got out of that.
I'm going to give you a 9.5 on that. That was
what a
solid.
cunt. He should have just said, beautiful job. Dude, why do you have on Judas Priest fucking bracelets? What the fuck is with that?
This is Kevin Kraft, who is...
Did you just get back from Ozfest?
He's a producer on it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You want to get on a microphone so we can...
I'd like to continue working in this
Kevin.
business. Thank you for producing this show that I'm on.
I'm a blacksmith.
You're a blacksmith?
Is that true?
No, it's just my lame excuse for wearing these corny wristbands.
You look like Janine Garofalo. She wears stuff like that.
That's where I was going.
All right, here we go.
All right, so we talked earlier about evil, and this is something I wanted to get into on the show because I feel like, you and I have a phenomenal amount of guilt built into the hard drive, and I think that we both have fought it to a great degree, and I think a lot of our stand-up has to do with railing against demons that may not be as external as sometimes internal, and people sometimes think of us as angry when we're really not. I think we're passionate about taking on... Why am I speaking for both of us?
I don't know. I was going to ask you about that. You know what? You download a lot of your personality ticks onto me.
Yeah.
Does it make you feel better that if you wrote me into it?
You know what it is?
I'm not saying I'm not fucked up.
No,
but I don't know.
Here's what it is.
If we totally overlap here.
I think there's certain comics I watch and I feel like I'm watching me on some level. I know where he's at right now in this bit. So, all right, let me speak for me. I don't necessarily get that mad at things in society because I realize that at the end of the day, I laugh it off and go, what's the difference, really, you know? But then when I'm doing my stand-up, I think that I have these demons inside of me about how shameful I was meant to feel as a kid. You know, original sin and just the...
You're still dealing with that?
Original sin?
All of that stuff?
I can't believe how much of it I'm still dealing with.
Even with dinosaurs and all this other stuff, like the math doesn't work out. No,
it's not. It's not that I cognitively struggle with it. It's that my reactions to stimuli, like a hot chick or being aroused, still are affected by how I was sort of socialized into them by the church and my parents, who are both very Catholic. Right. My mother, really. But so I deal with that, and I think when I get mad, I'm doing this whole bit about deconstructing the Ten Commandments right now, and I get pissed off about, you know, the Tea Party, when really the Tea Party has nothing to do with me, and why am I so angry? But it's stuff that inside of me I'm fighting, and I think it comes out, and it's funny to people because they can't understand why I'm seemingly so angry about something that doesn't really matter to most people.
Right.
And so I think when people say an angry comedian, like Lewis Black comes off as an angry comedian, but really what he's just showing is that for him, this is unfair, that the person in charge of him is not treating him well. It goes probably to some childhood thing that a lot of us are still fighting. So I guess my question is that, like, are we evil? Are we intrinsically evil and we need to police ourselves and have the police us? We pay the police to police us. It comes out of our tax dollars. You said you go to church because it reminds you not to be a shithead.
I don't go to church, but when I do go to church, that's what I like.
Yeah. So do you believe that the human character is flawed and in some sense, metaphorically, there's original sin?
I think a little bit of both. I think they're flawed, and then I also think the game is flawed. And police were not created police were created by rich people. Like, that was to keep you away from them. Like the original celebrities, I believe, were the super wealthy. You know what I mean? It's not like some whore dancing out on the fucking, saloon was putting out albums back then. You couldn't do it. So it was like the Vanderbilts, the Astors, the Carnegies, J.P. Morgan. Those guys were the original celebrities, and they knew, and that's what Page 6 in New York was about. Their homes and their
they were the monopoly pieces.
Their disgusting level of wealth. And the thing back in the day, you got to think, there's no security cameras. There's really nothing preventing you. Plus, every other fucker out there's got a musket. There's really nothing preventing you from just walking up and taking their shit.
Yes.
So I guess, they kind of had to. I mean, they've always had, like, I guess some sort of sheriffs and that type of thing. But those people are in place to keep the deal in place that has made those fuckers at the top so goddamn rich.
Well, that's what happened with the Roman Empire.
But this is the thing, though. Just to interrupt here, but having been on the road for the last 19 years, just meeting all different kinds of people, there needs to be somebody in control. Like, I don't have a problem with being in control. The problem that I have is I feel that the people at the top, it's never enough. And they just have to keep taking more and more and more. If there was some sort of end game, which I think their end game is one world bank, one world power, they phase out people. And then, for the most part, they just have robots doing the fucking jobs that they don't want to. Well, that's why,
which
is what's terrifying about robots to me.
I was reading, I just got a fucking photograph of myself mailed by a police camera saying I owe money. I mean, that's a robot doing Orwellian shit.
I've meant to do something about that. I haven't done it yet.
Well, I already have it. Forget it.
Well, no, all you got to do is just you cover up your plates.
That's all you got to do.
Cover up your plate. No, just one time to do it. Just to give the finger to the fucking cunt who gives you the ticket.
Why is it a female?
Huh?
No, it's Boston.
It could be a guy. Yeah. So you cover up your plates.
Yeah.
And then you just ride through.
Yeah.
You duck down and you just give the finger.
I like it.
That's all you do. You drive around the corner, you just peel the shit off, and then every once in a while.
Yeah, that's good. I like it. Or put a mask on and just go into a bank and just fucking take all the money.
I wouldn't do that. You're going to get caught. Do you know the amount of people who just walk in with the note and you just say, I have a gun? Like the amount of banks that you can rob before they finally fucking catch you?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, you got to go big. If you have no record, if your prints and your face are not logged on some kind of a general computer system, you can get away with a ton of shit. It's just once you get caught, then you're on the grid. But here's what I'm trying to get at is if the wealth, like the Roman Empire fell because they were hiring barbarians to protect them. They had so much money, and they were surrounded by people that had none, but they weren't going to police themselves. They weren't going to stand guard themselves, so they hired basically the people that they needed protection from. And then one day, those people just turned around and went, what the fuck are we doing?
Right.
And they all pillaged Rome and took everything.
Is that how it happened?
Basically, yeah.
I thought they got spread too thin with their army. I have no idea.
Well, yeah.
Like I said, I
but
learned
that's
most
what
of
I
my
mean.
shit.
Originally, the army was Romans. And then as they got more wealthy, each soldier was awarded his own little, and they all got titles. You know, the bureaucracy got huge, and so the guys that were actually going to stand there with guns, they couldn't hire them, so they would hire the barbarians. And then there was a lake, I can't remember which lake it was, but some river froze.
Are they considered, well, I guess because they never had the Far East, but they were the closest thing to a group of people taking over the world, because there wasn't really anything going on that as far as like, how many Native Americans were over here? What was the population? Was it like 36 of them?
There was that casino in Connecticut. There was the casino in...
Those public schools.
No, I think the British. Do you
know how many times that happens to me when I start to make a point and then I realize it's all going to fall apart? I was just like, because I almost said nothing was going on in the Americas, just totally disrespecting all the indigenous people over here, like nothing they were doing counted.
Yeah.
You know, they were over here doing a rain dance, all 11 of them. But what was really going on?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it depends on how far you want to go back. I mean, if you look at the original Egyptian pagan cultures, the Ten Commandments, you can find them all in there. Shit that was written thousands of years before the Bible.
Hey, easy there.
Hey,
easy. Christ came first.
But
he came out of that womb. The dick was never in there.
That was
one of the cleanest fucking twats.
That twat, you get a paper cut if you try to finger that thing. Holy clit. So, I believe...
Oh, it's such a load of shit, Greg.
I believe that the British had probably the closest thing where the sun never set on the British Empire.
Yep.
And that didn't last long.
They were the original Fox News, where they just knew how to divide people.
Yes.
They're fucking brilliant. They go and, hey, they have freckle face. You know, you're a little bit better than tan face over here. Is that right? Yes, it is. We're only going to put half the dick in your ass. That's the brilliant, and you still, and they convince you that you're still not getting fucked. It's fucking, it's brilliant.
Yeah.
It's brilliant evil.
Yeah.
Is how I would, I don't know. I've lost all faith, though. I've lost all faith. I don't give a shit.
In religion or in spirituality or in people?
Everything. This is what I think. I think it's all bullshit. I think when you die, you go in the fucking ground, and that's it. You just become part of the soil, and hopefully a tree grows or some shit. That's why it's dumb to be putting people in boxes. You should stick them in the ground. Yeah. And just, No,
it's selfish.
Everybody's wondering why
there's
tomatoes...
a piece of ground that you will have forever. Like, eventually, the entire world will be a cemetery.
Yeah, no, it's not going to happen. Well, this is the thing, dude. People are wondering why tomatoes don't taste as good as they did when you were a kid. That's the fucking problem. You got all these mahogany boxes in the ground. If you just let people go and just, like, decompose, like, that soil would be rich again. So I went to horticulture school. And
wow.
That was one of I had this very radical teacher.
So instead of putting in, like, stuff from your garbage, like banana peels and rinds, you're saying put a corpse in your garden.
Grandma. When Grandma dies, you just put her in the backyard. She's dead, okay? It's over.
Yeah.
It's over. She didn't go to some happy place. She's in the fucking ground. And her job is to give you better taste than zucchini.
So she goes in the ground, now she's in the salad.
Yeah, it's a whole theory. It's the three... like the Lord of the Rings was like a trilogy. I'm writing a trilogy on landscaping and horticulture.
Well, have you heard about people that put the placenta from the baby in the garden?
Oh, yeah. We've known about that years over at Bill Burr Enterprises.
That's a big one.
Did they do that?
They do, because the placenta is the most vitamin-rich, nutrient-rich thing in the world. I mean, you're a human being is surviving on the placenta, so it's the afterbirth. You take it, put it in the garden.
People do that shit?
Yep.
I thought they hold the baby and they cry, and they're like, oh my God, what a responsibility. Somebody's actually thinking about their fucking cantaloupe.
About the fucking...
Stick it out in the yard!
Where's the fucking afterbirth? Go get a hoe and work it into the fucking soil, Sully. Here's the thing.
Sully, butter Bud Light kid.
Butter Bud Light kid. So you're a complete nihilist, and yet
I don't even know what that means.
Nihilist means you believe in nothing. Nothing.
No, I don't.
You just said you believe in we die and go into the soil, and
yeah, that's a belief.
All right.
That's a belief. Like, I think you do. You know what kills all of that religious shit is when you start reading about space and you realize how fucking big the universe is.
Yeah.
And how insignificant all this shit. There's no fucking way. Dude, all those planets, that's like God flipping through basic cable.
Yeah.
Do you think he's just sitting here watching this? Do you watch one channel?
Never.
Yeah.
No, that's not true. When I'm on the road, I only watch MSNBC because the lock-up shows remind me of how I feel on the road.
Well, there you go. You've convinced me there is a God, and he's just sitting here watching MSNBC.
Earth. MSNB Earth.
Yeah, he's just sitting there.
Yeah, he's looking at us. Well, because I pity
these people. He's going to watch all of our lives. 7 billion people. He's going to watch all of us. How long is that line up there? None of it makes sense. If you have any sort of common sense that you apply to it, none of it makes sense.
But maybe it's like March Madness, though, and once he gets down to the Final Four, he pays attention. But early in the season, he's not watching every game. But now that it's down to Gaddafi and Obama and who else is a player these days?
Oh, the number one regional guys?
Yeah. Then I think
Vladimir Putin, is he still? Huh?
Yeah, Putin's in there, and maybe he's got a pool going with Muhammad.
And then some people are just layups, like they're either getting to heaven or they're going to hell. Like when like some Division II team actually makes it. Like Pol Pot was like Division II. It's like there's no way he's getting out of the first round. He's just going straight to hell.
Kim Jong Il. I mean, he's the he's Rutgers.
Yeah, there you go.
A few years ago, but I guess
I think he makes it to the second round.
He does.
He does, yeah, because, I don't know, there's something... He likes movies. He's got a couple of good qualities, doesn't he?
Well, he's consistent. That's what's amazing. I mean, we look at, like, Castro and him, they're ideologues who are so completely distanced from the fact that they have caused so much human suffering, but they stick to this strategy. It's like...
Yeah, but you got to give it up to Castro where he got America out of fucking Cuba. I mean, they had all those casinos down there. You ever see The Godfather Part 2?
Absolutely.
When he's down there, like that used to be like a vacation spot. And he said, "Why don't you guys all get the fuck out of here?"
Yeah, but look at it
this
now.
This is our country.
Fucking broke. They have no money at all.
Yeah, but that's because we've had an embargo on those guys, or whatever that word is.
I know, but you can't look at it as a win. I mean, he could have negotiated something that was more beneficial.
Well, why the fuck does he have to work with us? How annoyed, how annoyed I'd be as an American if there's some other fucking assholes here with their goddamn casinos and we got to do what they say and we tell you, hey, why don't you get the fuck out of our country? They go, okay, fine, well, you can't import or export anything. Or what? Go fuck yourselves.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourselves.
Yeah, but then you look at Puerto Rico, it's the opposite. It's like, hey, we're going to let you hang out here. And they're like, that's fucking great. The Cubans, you're doing the opposite to.
That was one of the worst points I've ever heard. Like, you start, well, look at Puerto Rico.
I lost my thought halfway through.
Hey, we're going to let you hang out here, and that's fucking great.
Because somebody was trying to explain to me what Puerto Rico is, because there's so many of them in Tampa this weekend. And I couldn't help thinking about how many impoverished Latin islands there are. And Turks and Caicos is the lowest per capita income of anywhere in the world, and yet it's a fucking huge tourist destination.
That's why I went to the Dominican Republic one time, and you get on this bus, you land there, you get on this bus, and what they immediately do is they drive the bus as fast as they can through some of the fucking most jaw-dropping poverty you've ever seen in your life. Dude, like 10 fucking shacks, and then they stick you on this resort, and they got these walls that look like fucking Cedar Junction. Walpole
Back
State
in Walpole!
Yeah, you're not on a resort. You're in a resort that's got prison walls around it, and you can feel it.
Yeah.
If you get too close to that wall, you're going to get fucking yoked over, and then that's it. Then your face is going to be on CNN, you cutting into the birthday cake, you know, that classic white guy missing picture?
Yeah. He's always sunburnt. Like the first half of the vacation had gone well.
Yeah.
And then they always have that little neutral area. Like I went to Cancun and it's like that, where it's basically a sandbar with fucking Johnny Rockets and TGA Fridays and Banana Republics built up on it. And then there's
part of the fortress.
Well, it's part of the fortress, and then there's this little middle ground where you can go and you can buy indigenous beads, and you can have a taco from a lady who has a burro.
Right.
And then you get the fuck back before it gets too dark.
Yep.
But they tell you how to get down there, but you don't go anywhere except there.
I did a dumb tourist thing when I was in the Dominican Republic. I'm sitting there. I fly all the way to this different culture, right? Thinking I'm going to see some different shit. Next thing you know, I'm sitting in a bar pool talking to some guy from Cleveland.
Yeah.
And it's just like, why the fuck did I come here? So I'm going to get out of here. So they had this little thing where you could go horseback riding and go into these fucking mountain things, which ended up being great. But the thing is, the guy who took us there had to go to his house first. Okay? So we pull up to his fucking house, and dude, that's the whitest I've ever felt. I'm in the middle of these goddamn tin shacks, and there's people just looking at me, and this guy is going into his house. It's taken for fucking ever. And I'm just sitting there trying to play it cool, and I just keep thinking about, you know, Arrested Abroad and all these types of fucking shows. And fortunately, we got out of there, and like, when we were on our way there, I was thinking, this is going to be great. All those fucking idiots sitting there drinking pina coladas. Then they might as well just been in Florida.
Yeah.
But when he made that pit stop, I was just like, wow, this is one of the dumbest things I've ever done.
And he's laughing, and in your head you're going like, either he's just so at ease with me that we're about to have a great time, or he's already laughing at my imminent death.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
and you don't know because...
Well, what are they going to get out of me? Like, it would have been a kidnapping situation? I have no idea. But I got to tell you, we went out there, only time I've ever ridden a horse. We fucking went into these caves and shit, had to go underwater. It was awesome.
It's always worth it if you have the balls.
If you live.
But the thing is you do. Like, when I was 18, I got out of high school. I saved up $3,000. I was a caddy during the day, and I cooked at TGI Fridays at night. I got $3,000. I got a backpack, and I traveled around Europe by myself for 6 months. I fucking went to, through Spain and through all over Ireland, all over Scandinavia, all over France, Greek islands, bouncing around on boats. I didn't have a fucking worry, because once you're over there, you realize there's nothing to be scared of. You know, you realize you have your gut about you. You kind of know what's wrong and right.
Now, there's certain areas. Dude, Amsterdam. Remember Amsterdam? I was out late at night, and those fucking drug addicts who steal the bicycles.
Yeah.
This dude comes up. Dude, he's got, I don't know what, he had scabs all over the side of his...
AIDS.
No, I don't know what it was. But he comes up, he's like, hey, you guys want to buy a bike or whatever? And we were just like, nah, man, we're good. And he just goes... And then he just starts scratching the scabs. And I was sitting there, and I was sort of boxed in, and I'm just thinking front kick. That's how you always handle a junkie.
Yeah.
You always got to go front kick.
Yeah.
Right? Just right to his fucking brittle bones.
You don't want to get your hands dirty.
You don't want to get anywhere near it. You don't want to get scratched. So I just sort of did like a sort of subtle sidestep, like a stretch. And I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Yep.
But yeah, no, this
But that's the thing is, like, we both, I don't know, we both grew up with enough sense to know, and then people know that you know. People that get attacked.
I still get myself in situations out. L.A. is fucking weird. L.A. is 2 blocks
But you
this way
generally
is cool.
can exude a certain confidence and know-how that people... Look, if I'm mugging people...
Dude, you're forgetting I look like Ron Howard.
It doesn't matter. It's all in how you carry yourself. I mean, if I'm looking to mug someone, I'm looking for path of least resistance. And if a guy looks like he's going to make eye contact with me, I'm not fucking with that guy.
Oh, dude. If I was actually a mugger and I saw... The amount of times I would actually break my nose in a mirror because I saw my face and I thought it was an easy target.
You'd mug you.
Absolutely, dude.
Yeah, well, I got, when I was in a train, we were going from, I can't remember, along the Mediterranean, I had like the pass, the Ural pass. So you'd go on it at night so you wouldn't lose a whole fucking day. You'd be in one beach town and you get on like the 10 o'clock train, and then like 8 in the morning you'd pull into another beach town and you'd be in Italy instead of France. And these Moroccans would get on the trains, and they would get on at one stop in the middle of the night, and then they'd grab a backpack and they'd jump off at the next stop. And so they have these little box cars that you sleep in, and I'm in there, and there's two girls in there, and so I had my camera out, and it was fucking hilarious because they'd slide the door open really quietly, and then they'd just reach in, and every time they'd start to reach in, I would just take a picture and the flash would go off and they'd run away, and I had a whole roll of film of just Moroccan dudes looking fucking panicked.
Jesus Christ.
All right, earlier in the show, we put it out on Twitter, as we've been doing every week. This is a new segment called something that we should name. I like having names for my segments on my show. This is called...
I like it. Bookends it.
Tweet me. The question was... It was, what happens on planes? Have you had any good experiences sitting next to somebody on an airplane? This comes from Effectua. My hot ginger friend is a flight attendant. She flies to Europe, and I make her squirt in the first-class bathroom. That's the deal. Not really clear on what that is. This one came in from @Marietta.
I think he makes her come to an orgasm, and she's a squirter, right?
Oh.
Is that what it is?
Got it. I was thinking go to the bathroom. Wow. That's awesome. I've never had a squirter. Have you had a squirter?
No, and I don't want it. I think it's disgusting. I think it's very male. It's very male. Like, it's like you're getting a facial. It's like she's blowing a load on you. It's gross.
I can't imagine. It's got to feel like baby oil meets glue, right? Like it's squishy and then it dries up instantly and bonds anything.
And you get that crust all on your face. It's disgusting.
Yeah, I can remember having oral sex with this girl one time, and it was so wet that at first it was like, oh my God, she's really into me. And then after a while it was like, not period, but I was like, there's got to be some urine in this. This is not possible that somebody could get this wet, you know? Right. And so...
So you looked up from between her thighs and he said, sweetheart, I don't want to be a jerk, but what the fuck is wrong with your pussy?
Yeah, do I look like a fucking urinal?
Yeah. God bless him. God bless him, Greg. They make the world go round.
Well, it's time to play Plug Our Dates. If you've enjoyed the show this far, then you'll certainly enjoy more Bill Burr. And let me tell you how to get to him. BillBurr.com will give you all details about tickets and how to get to the show.
Can I plug our movie?
Yeah, it's not our movie, but yeah.
Yeah. Me, Joe DeRosa, and Robert Kelly wrote and made a movie. Joe directed it, and it's been selected to be in the prestigious Tribeca Film Festival.
That's phenomenal.
Short film. Yep.
How many minutes?
Like 15 minutes, and we got in, so it's going to be there. It's called Cheat.
Well, congratulations. That's a big deal, man. The Tribeca Film Festival. When is that?
Huge. April 20th through like May 1st or May 2nd, I think.
Okay. And you're not going to be there because you're going to be...
Oh, no, but I'll be there when they're showing the film.
Okay. Otherwise, you're going to be in L.A. April 2nd, the Kevin and Bean April Foolishness, April 9th in Philly, April 22nd in Milwaukee, the 23rd in Detroit, and other dates up there. And also at Bill Burr. Don't forget, big deal. Caroline's, April 14th to the 16th. If you're in New York, in the New York area, get your tickets now. I want to sell this out because I'm bringing in big guests, and if it doesn't sell out, I'm going to be fucking pissed.
Dude, your whole thing, you were getting ready to hype your date. You said he's at Milwaukee, he's at Detroit, and you can see the rest at Bill Burr. That's what you just said. And now, Greg Fitzsimmons Day.
No, I didn't.
You said he's at Bill Burr. Not even .com. You were so focused on your shit. Can you at least... You said I'm in Philly. You didn't even say where. I'm at the Tower Theater in Philly. I'm at the Pabst Theater in Milwaukee. And I'm at the... I don't know what the fuck it is.
Are you at Caroline's April 14th to the 16th?
You asked me to write down what you were going to hype.
I didn't think it was going to be your fucking... I got doctor's appointments on this shit you sent me.
I didn't write that
You've
down.
got every date
No. I sent you a fucking email, and your assistant didn't read it, and then went on the website and downloaded all of those.
Okay.
That's what the fuck happened.
There's a lot of dates on here.
I was hyping Philly, the Tower Theater, and I was hyping the movie Cheat that's in the Tribeca Film Festival.
What about the Kevin and Bean thing? Were you promoting that?
No, because it's sold out.
What about the Jim Norton, Dave Attell, Jim Brewer Antisocial Network tour?
Also sold out.
Damn! Look at you! How come nobody does a fucking tour with me? I want to get on a tour. I
want
to get on the tour.
Well, maybe if you did a better job hyping their dates, Self-centered, hyping date, son of a bitch. I like the glasses, dude.
These are actually not even my real glasses.
I like them.
These are like the Rite Aid $9.99 ones, and I spent like $400 on mine, and then I sat on them. And so now, and I realized these $9.99 ones I like better.
I like them. You could have told me those were $400. I wouldn't know. You're not going to do the laser eye surgery? Let them peel off a layer of your eyeball?
I don't know if I'm eligible. I need them for up close, and I'm starting to need them for kind of arm's length range.
Yeah.
And that's it. Is that eligible?
Dude, my grandmother did it in her 90s, and she had 20/20 vision. She could have been a catcher for fucking Roger Clemens, dude.
With that fucking twat, she could have used it as a baseball catcher's mitt. Was she good looking, your grandmother?
Who?
Your grandmother?
Was she good looking?
Yeah, I mean, isn't it weird? I saw pictures of my mom when she was
old,
like...
I don't think there was pictures when she was good looking.
She's not that old.
She's 103, dude.
No, she's not. Your grandma's 103?
She isn't. She's going to be 104 this year.
Jesus.
She's in her second... She's lived 2 decades twice.
And how long ago did your grandfather die?
I don't know, like the 80s.
She date anyone after that?
No, she was in her 80s. You know? At that point, you're just like, all right, let's ride this out. She's like that chick floating on that trunk at the end of Titanic.
Kathy Bates?
Yeah. Not Kathy Bates. Fucking...
Kate Winslet?
Yeah, Kate Winslet.
Oh, yeah.
Their big mother and titties.
Jesus, she got great tits, and she's not afraid to show them.
I know. Those are the kind of titties that just make you feel safe.
Here's the thing about
Stick
that.
your head right between them.
Just
phenomenal actress, too, by the way.
But that's the thing. Phenomenal actress and generous with the bosom showing.
Oh, with those St. Pauli girl titties. God bless her.
And the blue eyes. And you just get the sense that she'd work it. She'd play with the balls and make eye contact, Bill Burr.
Hey, I think she'd be a lot of fun. I'd actually be willing to bet that she actually likes sports, too. She looks like that kind of girl.
I bet she does. You know who's that kind of girl? Demi Moore. I went to a party she was at.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking dude. She's a dude. Like a cool dude who's smoking hot.
Yeah, she's like reverse aging.
Yeah.
How come people don't go to her plastic surgeon? I don't understand that. Everybody goes to these fucking strip mall guys.
How do you know she goes to plastic surgery?
Because she looks younger than she did in the 80s.
Oh, yeah, and she has tits that she didn't have. You ever see those before-after pictures of her tits?
I know. I hate fake tits. Why did she do that? I don't mind the little ones.
I don't know why they go big on them. The new ones apparently really look real and feel
what has
real.
them down? You know what has the fake titties down? Is Dallas. I was in Dallas and I was just sitting there,
I could see that.
I was just like, what is in the water out here? These girls, no, they got the teardrop shape rather than having the perfect circle.
Which shifts 3 inches down, and you can see it's still exactly a circle, but now it's lower. You can see where the skin is straining at the sides of it.
You know what's the worst was on the side of the titty where you get the ripple effect?
Yeah, like a stretch mark.
Yeah, no. You remember that when the fake titties were their biggest in 1990s porno.
Yeah.
When they had those giant, like cartoonishly big titties, and you would see on the side they would be like those three, like a rib cage on the titties.
Yeah,
it's just disgusting.
And right next to that was the slash where they went in because they used to go in under the armpit.
They used to go right under. Oh, they go. Oh, the one. What about the ones that
was later? No, it started on the sides. They'd make a slash on the side. Then they went, hey, let's go upscale and cut the underside of the tit. And now,
then they went in through the nipple.
Now they go in through the nipple. I can't. I mean, you got to be shitting me.
No, it's the. And they feel horrible.
You know that?
Fake tits?
Never felt a fake tit.
Jesus Christ, dude. Are you serious?
I've been married for fucking 11 years. With her for 14.
Right. Well, I shouldn't give you this information, but a girl who gets fake titties, okay, first of all, you're talking about major, low self-esteem that you would actually make that move about that part of your body. So now that they got
What if she had cancer? How do you feel now?
Now that they got a rack, they're going to show them to you like they got their fucking nails done. And you just say, wow, they look amazing, but do they feel real? And that's what they do. They'll look over the shoulder, and then they kind of lean in with one titty. And then you go like, wow, and you act like you're examining them.
Yeah.
As you get a little hot on.
And now she wants to... Now you look around and see if she can feel it.
Yeah, and then you go, I got a fucking cock implant. You can fucking check that out too there, sweetheart.
Jesus. I mean, I can't imagine my wife. My wife is a very, very lovely woman. Beautiful figure. 2 kids, still absolutely perfect.
Right.
And if she wanted them, I would immediately be like, you're leaving me. Because why would you get them when you're already married? That only means you're looking for this dude to help you pay for the dismount.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't know.
Don't you think?
I don't understand plastic surgery other than if you really had something bad happen to your face. Other than that, I don't know why people do it.
Because you can tell it's been done. It's factored in. If you think, I'll get this done, people will think I look younger. No, you will look like you're younger, but
you'll
that
look
you
your
had
age
surgery.
with plastic surgery.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all you look like.
Yeah.
You know, so...
I don't know. I mean, for men, maybe it's a different thing. When, you know, my mother got a little thing done on her eyes. Fucking weird. She did and her sister did. And
dude, I don't want to out anybody here, but my girl watches a reality show, and there was a guy, I mean, he's fucking younger than me, and he got his eyes done.
You're outing him. If he was on the TV show, you're not outing him.
The second we saw the guy, we're like, what the fuck is with his face? And he doesn't look like the same guy anymore.
You know the guy.
I don't know him. I just watch it on TV.
But then why are you outing him if he was already on TV?
Because that's how I was raised. Top. It's because No.
He certainly had plastic surgery. It's hard to deny that.
And that's all natural, dude.
But I don't understand how you think you're outing somebody if you saw it on TV.
Because no one's talking about it.
Well, we are now. He wanted us to talk about it. Why else would he go on TV?
Yeah, but I'm talking about him in a bad way. Look, you can sit there and I don't do that. I don't say people's names. All right, unless I really feel that they're a cunt, then I do.
Who do you think is a real cunt?
I don't know who I think is a real cunt, but I can tell you a definite cunt move were those fucking singers who went over there and did a private show for Gaddafi's
give
kids.
Me a fucking break.
And then they tried to act like they had no idea. Dude, and I was
How do you have no idea?
I'm talking about this on 3 different podcasts at this point, and I don't give a fuck if I sound like a broken record. Dude, when you're in a comedy club, if somebody comes in a wheelchair or somebody's mentally, whatever you're supposed to say it. Challenge, there you go. You know, somebody comes in and gives you the heads up in the green room. Hey, just to let you know.
Sure.
You're not telling you how to do your act, just let you know, this is what we got over there, so handle it the way you
very much.
They say thank you very much. There's no fucking way on $1 million gig, your agent who stands to lose $150,000 or $100,000, whatever his fucking commission is, 10% or 15%. There's no way he's not giving you a full fucking rundown of who you're performing, and you're talking about a culture from the other side of the world. So you got to make sure that you cross that line. There's no fucking way you don't know.
That's been proven that they shot down the Lockerbie.
The Pan Am flight. It had Americans on it. Even if it didn't have Americans, innocent fucking people. Come on.
I'm sorry. Gaddafi. Does that not ring a bell? Are you that fucking ignorant?
We had no idea.
That you're being paid 10 times more than you normally make?
This is what I didn't like. Half of the people who did it could actually sell out the Staples Center. So it was just a level of fucking just going for the money.
Yep.
It's New Year's Eve. Okay, first of all, if I'm selling out the Staples Center, it's New Year's Eve, I'm spending it with my family.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. I'm taking that night off. I'm bringing the new year with the people I love. You're going out to make money. Good for you. But you're going to do a quick $1 million gig for the son of a fucking mass murderer?
Yeah, we all make... Look, there's a lot of compromise in this business. You know, we'd all like to be working at a fucking small theater telling jokes about the truth. Right. But, you know, you go out and you do certain clubs and you do certain auditions and you find your compromise.
Right.
But taking money from fucking Gaddafi at no point is anywhere near a compromise. It's an utter soul...
Not only that, it's not even that they're going to be in the crowd. It's this private show. So you're sitting there like dancing like a fucking clown. Like I saw pictures from the gigs. Like the one I saw, one of them, there wasn't even a stage.
Yeah.
She was just dancing on this hardwood floor. And it's just, and then they try to pull, and then they give the money to charity. It's like, you're only giving it because you got fucking
Because you got busted. And you know, here's the funny thing is, you know, all their lyrics are about like, because the other one was like, who's the guy? Usher. Talking about like, because I got big bling and I'm driving big cars. Meanwhile, these guys have way more cars and diamonds and champagne than you do. So you're used to like, you know, fucking strutting out your wealth in front of a bunch of people in the crowd that could barely afford the ticket. And now, where's the bravado and singing in front of a bunch of guys that could buy and sell you in a fucking heartbeat?
Yeah, I mean, I don't throw you to alligators or whatever the fuck they do. Just for the record, Usher's material is a little deeper than that. That album he had, Confessions, was a shit.
Who?
Usher. But, I mean, he shouldn't be fucking doing that. I mean, who the fuck am I? I'm just saying, really?
Please,
I'm not saying whether you should do it or not, but don't fucking come on TV.
All the more reason not to do it if you're Usher.
Don't fucking come on TV and tell me you didn't fucking know. You had no idea. Give me a break.
Naomi Campbell came back. She went down to, God, I'm trying to remember where it was. I think it was like Sierra Leone or something. And there was a prince there that gave her a bag of rocks. She comes back to the U.S., and it turns out they're blood diamonds, and they're worth fucking tens of millions of dollars, which begs the number one question. What did she do exactly down there? And secondly, how unaware was she where these came as a fucking black woman?
Do you know what you just did? You just fucking made me forget about what these artists are doing. Now I'm more fascinated with being that level of rich.
Yeah.
Where you can just sit there and fly in supermodels to your palace, and their celebrity gift bag is a bag of raw diamonds.
And you know what her defense was?
What?
I hadn't even looked at them. I didn't know what they were worth.
I gotta be honest with you.
People just give me bags of diamonds.
And this is the thing. I gotta be honest with you. Blood diamonds, I'll look the other way on that, because how the fuck do you know where you got the goddamn diamonds?
You're shitting me right now, right?
Dude, first of all, stop acting like you knew what blood diamonds were before Leonardo DiCaprio made that fucking movie. I had no idea what those were.
Blood diamonds, I'll give you a whole history of it because I've spent a lot of time in South Africa. It is, if you heard of getting a Rhodes Scholarship, the Rhodes Scholarship?
Yeah, you
Rhodes.
go to MIT. No, not MIT. You go to Wentworth College, right?
I think it's Cambridge.
You get a T-square.
Suddenly you became Matt Damon in Beautiful Mind.
What is...
It's basically there are three major diamond cartels in the world, and they control the price of diamonds by...
and they're not really rare either, are they?
They're not. Diamonds are not rare at all. As a matter of fact, they bought out. There was a part of Russia that was filthy with diamonds, and they brought them and they destroyed them to keep the prices up. And there's like three major families that do this. The DeBoer.
And you're sitting there looking at me because I don't believe in anything. It's bullshit. It's all bullshit.
Yeah, manufactured.
Okay.
All worth is, gold, the only reason gold holds its value is that nobody has yet figured out how to make gold. I can't wait for the day that, because it's the gold standard. Right. We used to be on the gold standard. We're not even on that yet. Yeah. But so.
I like people who don't get that either, where they go like, dude, what do you do with gold? It's like, dude, if somebody came walking into your shop with some rubles and wanted to fucking buy a shirt, you tell them to beat it. You walk in with gold anywhere on the planet, you got to get something. At the very least, they're going to listen to you. I would like a sandwich. I have a gold coin.
That's
Sit right down, my friend.
Yeah.
You come in with a bankrupt currency. Nobody's looking. They get the fuck out of here with your monopoly money, you piece of shit.
I got some myrrh.
Yeah.
Or you could...
Some pesos.
That's why the brothers are putting them on their teeth. You don't even have to reach in your pocket anymore. Look, I got money. Yeah, it's on my fucking teeth. Why is even the black guy talking like a white guy from Southie? Yo, I got some money on my teeth. Black people are...
Is this the name of another segment on your show?
Yeah.
This is always good to have two white guys start talking about black people. This never goes wrong, does it?
No, let's talk about what is okay to call them at this point, because
Jesus.
What do you call them?
What do I call them by the name? That's what I call them.
That was a total false premise. I was just bringing that up.
Yell out, hey, black guys. Hey, African Americans. I don't say any of that.
All right, let's go to the notes.
Let's continue.
All right, here's.
Hey, let me ask you this: how much? If Naomi Campbell came over to your house, Greg?
Yeah.
What? Let me hear. Forget about her coming over to your house. You're trying to get her to come over to your house.
Okay.
What is the best gift bag you could scrape together in your humble abode?
She's going to walk out with a signed Fits of Laughter CD. She's going to walk out with a signed Dear Mrs. Fitzsimmons book. That's first edition.
Oh, yeah. I would think that she would get your entire library of work. Signed, of course.
A CD case filled with DVD porn from when I hosted the awards.
Does she get a picture with you? Smiling, holding up all the Greg Fitzsimmons CDs.
Oh, I thought shit that she won. No, she doesn't want me in the picture.
Oh.
Is this in order to gain sexual favors
I'm saying,
with her?
like, this guy got her there with a bag of blood diamonds.
Well, Naomi
Let's just say she's going to entertain an offer from Greg Fitzsimmons. All
for
right?
sexual favors for one night.
Yeah, like, they just open it up to the public, and you got to come up with your gift bag. Just shit you have around the house.
And depending on the gift bag itself, she will either do it or not do it.
Why don't you tell me what gift bag you can come up with, and I'll tell you. I'll tell you what.
Tell me whether
I'll tell you what celebrity's going to be coming over.
Okay. All right. The best I could do, and this is selling out my family entirely, right?
Yeah. This is
okay.
Tunnel vision. The world's going to end tomorrow. You don't give a shit.
2 college accounts. I can liquidate those in about a day.
Okay.
I've got.
So we got cash. All right, that's good.
2 cars paid for, full out. She's got a Toyota Highlander. She's cruising out in a Toyota Highlander. She can walk back and grab the Volkswagen Passat if she can make it in high heels.
So far right now, you're going to get the chick who played Joe from Facts of Life. That's where you're at right now.
Why keep pitching?
Really? You'd go with that?
All right, no, I've got
that show was on a long time ago, my friend.
20,000-Year-Old Man, original box set in the plastic.
Okay, now you're getting... Who played Shirley on Laverne and Shirley?
Cindy Williams.
Yeah, somewhere Erin Moran.
I'm going to also grab my wife's diamond ring, the wedding ring, and the engagement ring also. I gave her an engagement ring and a diamond ring. That was actually a lot of money.
Okay.
And then I've got a picture of my dad. I mean, not that it's worth money, but I feel like if I'm going to sell myself out,
it means a lot
to me. You know, he's dead. Yeah. I'd give her that.
Let me ask you this: would you, at this point, okay, what you've brought to the table here, we're looking at some sort of star from a sitcom in the mid to late 70s.
Come on.
Okay.
The wedding ring is worth...
Now, you can either choose that or, I think I can get you a Hooters waitress. So, like, what's more important to you right now? A tight little hot body of somebody you don't even know, or you get to bang someone from you. Like, what were some of your favorite shows, Mr. Fitzsimmons, from the 70s?
Oh, without a doubt, Shirley, not Shirley, from One Day at a Time. No, One Day at a Time. Eddie Van Halen married her. Valerie Bertinelli. Yeah, in her prime.
You're not going to get her just because she's got that whole, look how skinny I am now, money she has coming in. But the other one, the fucking drug addict, you can have her.
Mackenzie Phillips.
Yeah, you can have her just for the Highlander.
Will she wear the bridge? What about this? Let me put this to you, Bill Burr.
I want you to put something on the table that at least gets you some famous 80s pussy.
I don't know what else I can get. I mean, I can begin stealing. I can, I have savings. I have my house. Should I give her my house?
If you throw your house in there, I can get you Ali Sheedy.
Ali? Who the fuck wants Ali Sheedy?
She was in the Breakfast Club.
Here's the thing. I'm working the back end on you on this proposition. First, tell me the woman you want, and then I'm gonna tell you what you're gonna need. Who do you want?
Who do I want?
Yes.
You know what? I've wanted the same girls for years, and they're starting to. I used to want Janet Jackson. Now she's weird looking. Who the fuck?
Jesus, update your fucking Rolodex.
Yeah, no, dude. I watch sports. I don't know what the fuck's going on out there. I know. Rosario Dawson.
Okay. For Rosario Dawson, the question is, would you?
Yes.
Would you become HIV positive? Not AIDS, but live the rest of your life HIV positive.
When is the world going to end? Because I told you the world's ending tomorrow so you could have your fucking kids...
5 years.
Oh, 5 years?
HIV positive for 5 years.
Jesus. And everybody's going to die after me? So who gives a fuck about...
Well, anyone who has sex with you will.
And I have the little fucking AZT cocktail.
Oh, yeah, no, you're fully provided for. Your HMO.
Yeah, shoot me up.
Name someone hotter.
Name somebody hotter?
You got to help me out here.
Okay. How about...
Who are some of the hotties that are out here now?
Well, I believe Angelina Jolie is still really, really
you can have that
incredible.
One.
Really?
You can have that one.
Okay.
She's too skinny.
Lady Gaga.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Lady Gaga.
Stick her on a fucking barge.
Fucking Lady Gaga would be the price for fucking Lady Gaga.
What is it?
It would be both the treat and the punishment. if that makes any sense.
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
Dude, Lady Gaga is maybe a 6.
You know? She stinks, dude, with her pointy shoulders and the Madonna songs she's singing.
How about this? What could you come up with to prevent Joan Rivers from fucking you?
What could I come? What do you mean?
If you don't present something to her of a certain value, she's going to fuck you, and it will be facilitated by bodyguards.
Oh, Jesus.
And it's going to take a while. There's going to be a lot of foreplay. There's going to be a lot of her flaps around your face. She's going to work.
So I have to come up with something of value to prevent that from happening.
Yeah, make an offer. And you're on the spot. They showed
one of the
up.
great things about being a guy is if my dick doesn't go up and I don't.
Doesn't
really
matter.
Have to
She's going to force oral sex on you that you'll remember for the rest of your life.
Oh, Jesus! That hard, smooth face up against my balls.
Oh.
For some reason, I'm thinking Insane Clown Posse right now. I don't know why. Just thinking of her face.
Yeah.
What am I going to put up? I don't know, dude. I think I would fucking take that one.
Really?
You know what? Good. Joe.
All right.
Greatest female comedian of all time.
There you go.
Suck it.
You'd let her do it.
Yeah, I'd let her do it.
I'm proud of you, Bill Burr. Now, can we talk about your personal life? Or are you one of those people that doesn't?
Yeah, I don't really talk about my personal life, no.
Okay, let's talk about your girlfriend.
It's personal.
Is it?
Yeah.
You never mention it in your act?
No.
All right.
Jesus, are we that far into the fucking show?
Yeah, this is the Oprah time.
Oh, this is the Oprah
This is where I try to take you deep. Take you deep somewhere.
If you want to talk about me, I'll fucking...
When was the last time you cried?
Last time I cried... Geraldo.
You haven't cried since?
No.
That was 9 months ago?
No, actually, it wasn't. I didn't cry when he died. I choked up when we did the special on Comedy Central, because basically what I did was I just blocked it all out that it happened. So then when they asked, hey, where were you when you found out? Then I was like, oh, shit, I didn't deal with these emotions.
Yeah.
So I just choked up. I didn't give him the full on, though.
Yeah.
I didn't give him their Oprah moment.
Yeah.
Look at you trying to look into my soul over there, rubbing your chin.
I'm just wondering why when you said you didn't give them... What about giving it to yourself, Bill Burr? What about giving yourself the cry that you wanted?
that would be by myself rather than doing it on camera.
Yeah.
Rather than doing it on camera, you know? Because they don't give a fuck.
No.
All they want, oh, good, somebody's crying, this will be ratings. That's why they're doing it.
And
that's like that fucking Chris Brown kid there who trashed that waiting room, his dressing room.
Didn't he beat up his girlfriend, too, supposedly? Didn't he beat up Rihanna or somebody?
No, he did, and he went to jail, and he paid the price for it. Now everybody just keeps trying to piss him off, and he took the bait the other day, and nobody looked at the positive side of it. The old Chris Brown would have beat the shit out of the female who asked him the question. The new, he just attacks the furniture.
Yeah. No, that's good.
He's moving ahead.
Yep. Soon he'll mutilate his genitals with glass.
You think so?
Yeah, I think it gets inward, you know, when you have that much rage, I think you start hurting yourself.
You know, do you ever think that Rihanna on the inside of her index finger has a tattoo that says shh? You know? That's not a major red flag, do you?
She really does?
Yeah. At least on a magazine thing. On a magazine thing, she had it. And just right there, I was just like, oh my God. That's a major fucking red flag that you don't run from when you're in your early 20s.
But what if the second finger says it on it? And the thumb says, I love to eat. And when she holds it all up, you totally get it.
All right. Well, I mean, she needs to learn to communicate a little bit better with her boyfriends. You got to hold up all those fingers, Rihanna. Dude, you look so fucking official when you put your goddamn glasses on and you start to read.
It's the best part about glass. And then when you want to make the point, you take them off, stick it. I mean, you cannot fucking question that.
No, if you take the glasses off and then you got to start sort of pointing with the glasses.
Yeah.
You got to take them off and say, let me tell you something, Bill Burr.
Yeah.
In all my years of doing a podcast, and you just sort of stress each word with the glasses. That's it right there.
Bill Burr, before we go, because we were just given the signal that the CD is going to run out, unfortunately. Before we do go, I want to one more time just tell people to go to BillBurr.com, follow you at Bill Burr, and also I wanted to go out by talking about Stitcher. We had a situation where there was a third-party, they call it an aggregator, which basically takes content from other websites. RSS feeds are basically a way that we give our content to our listeners. And when we have ads, they get counted on that, and that goes into our pay structure. And also on iTunes, they count those on iTunes, and it figures into how you get promoted and placed on iTunes. So the count is very important.
Right.
This company, Stitcher, came in and was just basically cutting and pasting the whole show onto their phone app so that we had no count. So we were all of the listens were being siphoned from us to them, and they were in turn running ads on the app itself so that they were making money off of our content.
Right.
And I asked them to take it down, and they did. And then they countered with a very low, very insultingly, incredibly low offer.
Oh, I'm waiting for their offer. It's bad?
It's so low you will get angrier that it happened. No,
I'm not angry because I found out. And then I said, take it down, and they did.
Yeah.
So,
but here's the problem with that. I've gotten a lot of tweets from people saying, well, that's where I used to get it. I'm sorry, I'm not going to hear you anymore, which is like, okay, there's a certain amount of people that had gotten used to getting it. Look,
hey, there's collateral
it's a simple
damage,
way.
dude. It's collateral damage. What are you going to do?
It's a simple way to get it. And so I am now in talks with a company that's going to design my own app, so I can do exactly what Stitcher was doing. People can go from click, I want my show. They pay $1, maybe it's free, maybe it's $2. I don't know the business model. And then from then on, they're going to have it delivered to their phone, which is what Stitcher was providing.
Right.
And it's not hugely expensive, and then I don't know what the deal is after that, but I think we should discuss, me, you, and a couple comics, doing one app, doing that, running ads on it or not, but having it be a place where we aggregate it.